Crypto with Tim Torosian. My name is Sue Roskopf with World of Ability Podcast Network. We are here every Sunday at 4 o'clock and 5:30 Central to find out all the amazing things going on. Tim Torosian. So this is a wonderful thing that Tim does with us. He's been doing for quite some time, and it's always fun to hear the latest and greatest news from his perspective. So, Tim, I am so incredibly happy to have you here, as this is the final Sunday of the year. So, as 2025 is closing up, here we are, handing it over to you to open up the show. So, Tim, thanks so much for being here. Over to you.
Hi. Hi, Sue. Hi, Kurt. Hi, Emily. Co-hosts and producers. So, let's wish the world a Merry Christmas. Most of the world celebrates on January 6th. So America, we celebrate on the 25th, well known. But most of the rest of the world celebrates Christ's birthday to a calendar that puts Christmas on January 6th. And poor Donald Trump had to lead those forces to the Capitol and on the 6th of January. So I thought that was, I hope that wasn't did it on purpose. So let's get talking about a couple things. Let's start with crypto, okay? Because it's blue collar crypto. Let's recommend a crypto. So let's go with XRP. X, the letter X, the letter R, and the letter P. I understand it's at about $1.60, right? So if this was a stock, it would be perhaps a penny stock, but it might go up like 1,000 times, right? XRP is the transfer technology between banks, how they exchange money with each other. And the banking sector is likely to get bigger and bigger as time goes on. The XRP technology behind this XRP crypto is pretty sophisticated. It allows banks to move money at lightning speed and perhaps become part of the crypto world, which is what they're dying to do. Is the banks are dying to become cryptos, right? So XRP is I'm doing that as a pick, right? I'm telling you, buy XRP at $1.60 and watch it go up about 1,000 times your money. So you put 1,000 in, you should get 100,000 back. Not a bad good, not bad. Ask your banker if they're willing to give you 1,000 times your money. Okay, so that's XRP. So let's move on to a stock that I really like, and I'll explain why. Let's recommend something called KOSS. KOSS. It's a Milwaukee company. Milwaukee is in Wisconsin. I'm in Wisconsin, but that's besides the point. So KOSS, they sell headphones or whatever the technology is today, earpieces, audio equipment, probably a catalog or a website full of high-tech audio. It was the best you could get in the day. It probably still is. So why am I recommending this stock called KOSS, KOSS? So let's go to the prices of this. Fluctuates between $4.50 to $5.50. So there's a nice gain. Now, a lot of stocks, you hold them, they go up, you sell them. They're probably going to go back down again. What goes up must come down, as in my generation, okay? This stock moves up and down all the time. It goes up, it goes down, and it stays from $4.50 to $5.50 like clockwork. Now, why is that important? Why do we care, right? So if I sell this, if I buy it at $4.50, I want to sell it at $5.50. Well, hooray! I've just made about I don't know, 20%, close to 20% on my money. Now, this is predictable. So you want to do something predictable, right? You don't want to really risk your money, so you buy costs at 450, buy to 550. You buy it at 450, sell it at 550, buy, sell, buy 450, sell 550. Make your money, get out. Well, the price goes back down to 450. You buy it again at 450, you sell it at, it goes up to 550, you sell it. Buy 450, sell 550. Back down again. From 5, it goes back down to 450, you buy. Goes up to 550, you sell. 450, 550, all day long, all year long, all decade long. Now, you can't do this in your 401k. Maybe you can. If you have a Roth IRA, your gains are not taxed on your stocks until you retire. So at some point after doing this for 20 years, you don't pay any taxes every year for what the money you earn. But in 20 years, you pay all your taxes at once. Now do the math, because I can't do it for you, because if you can't do the math, then, well, I don't know. I can't help. But if you make 20%, 100 times, what is that? Your money just keeps adding and adding, a dollar plus 20, plus 20, plus 20. Once you add your 20%, then you put that back in, you keep that, you bet the whole thing back in again. So will this happen for the next 20 years? Well, I assume so. Can you do this in your work 401k? I doubt it. I really do. But they don't let you pick stocks in your 401k at work. Anyway, costs, KOSS, XRP, number one. Number two is KOSS. KOSS, I just described the strategy: buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, all day, all year, all decade long. It's a little bit of a gimmick, but it's a gimmick that'll make you wealthy. So, let's move on to what you might do if you are young and you need some guidance on what to do for a career. And I would say go pick a union. Go find a union shop. Their wages are a little bit higher, although union wages have been lagging a little bit. But they can't negotiate these high packages that they used to. But go find a union. Go find a skill. Go to a tech school, or just go into union hall and sign up. And you'll probably get hired. If you're young, some of the wages, there's a company that pays $40 an hour in Wisconsin, and you travel all around Wisconsin, 40 or 50, and get into your 401k or ETF or whatever they call it these days, and put the maximum amount in. If you're young, this is for you, right? This isn't all about retirement, this show. This is about a young man that needs a career, and he goes to the union and he gets $40 an hour. You don't make that at your Subway, okay? Then in 20 years, you get your pension, guaranteed retirement, or go work for the government. There's a lot of great government, including the military. The Air Force, I guess I recommend that because that's what my brother is retiring from. So the Air Force, he's done very well. In fact, when he got out of the Air Force, he took another government type of job, and he'll collect 2 retirements and add Social Security on it. It sounds like he'll collect 3 retirements in a row. And he's younger than me. He's only 57. So get retired in 20 years. So get in at 20, get out at 40, and start collecting your retirement checks at 40 years old. So again, this show is not about retirement, right? This show is about doing the best you can at the age you're at. And I'm 60 and I'm just getting started. And that's the end of the show. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Tim. This, as always, is Blue Collar Crypto with Tim Torosian. And Tim, you're amazing. I really appreciate your words, your wisdom, and all the pieces that you give here for this show. This is part of the World of Ability Podcast Network, and you can find Tim here every Sunday at 4 o'clock and 5:30 p.m. Central. Thank you so much, and we'll see you right back here in a little over an hour for the next edition of Blue Collar Crypto. As always, we thank you.